Peace. Peace. Hi, it's Heart Love. We are live. Peace, everyone. It's time for the YouTube live book reading of Animal Speak. This is the redo edition. Part 21. So, we pick up at page 141. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel Riley. Thank you for reading with us. Animals speak. Learn the language of the animals, the spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small, by the great Ted Andrews. So, we're going to pick up at page 141, Finch. Finch. Keynote: energy of variety and multiplicity. Cycle of power varies according to the species. The finch is one of the most abundant types of birds in North America. A finch that becomes a totem will always increase opportunities to experience a variety of activities. Everything is going to be amplified. The specific species of finch is important to determine for the greatest understanding of its role in your life. There are over 300 kinds of finches. Some of these are described specifically in this dictionary. Others you will have to examine for yourself. This great number of varieties does reflect an ability to multiply and intermingle with a wide variety of environments and people. If a finch has flown into your life, look for new kinds of experiences and encounters with people from all walks of life. Pay particular attention to the color of the finch. Do not go solely by the name. The purple finch usually has a little or no purple at all. The color is more of an old rose. Study the location of the finch and where it originated if possible. Folklore of that area may reveal much. For example, the thistle finch was a legendary bird of happiness to the Pennsylvania Dutch. Finches have a wonderful ability to sing. Some have even been trained to sing like canaries. Again, this reflects a generally increase and variety of potentials that are likely to unfold within your life. Anytime a finch arrives, life is going to become more active. Peace, everyone. Welcome to the book reading of Animals Speak. YouTube live from the light. Here we go. On to the next, top of page 142. Flickr, thank you for being here. Peace, thank you for the likes and subs. We're doing it again. The Flickr keynote: new rhythm of growth and healing love. Cycle of power. Summer, especially around the summer solstice. The flicker is a member of the woodpecker family. A study of woodpeckers and their characteristics in general will add to your own insight. Flickers are woodpeckers in the process of changing from life in the trees to life on the ground. Because of the tapping and drumming that all woodpeckers do in their search for food, they have connections to new rhythms coming into your life. The Chippewa medicine man, Sun Bear, speaks of the flicker as the totem up for the strong sun moon in medicine wheel astrology. This corresponds to the period between June 21st to June 22nd, or the sign of Cancer in traditional astrology. To the Native Americans, it is an especially courageous bird. The flicker is a golden winged woodpecker. It often has a red patch on the back of its head and a black crescent on its breast, all of which are very symbolic. When it flies up from the grass, it takes off in a strong bounding flight, flashing the gold of its wings. When a flicker comes into your life, it will reflect new bounding leaps of spiritual growth. The red on the back of its head reflects a stimulation of the chakra centers of the head, the throat, the brow, and crown chakras. These centers will be stimulated into new activity. This reflects that latent talents and intuition are going to be activated to a greater degree. It usually reflects, especially when it is a red shafted flicker, that the stimulation of the latent talents is going to be a catalyst for major creative changes in your life. Your physical and material life is going to change. When it is a yellow shafted flicker, the changes will occur more in your own perception than in the outer world. The black crescent is also significant, more so because it is over the breast area. The moon is a symbol of sensitivity and emotions. The black color of the moon often reflects the phase known as the new moon. The flicker thus symbolizes a new sensitivity of the heart that is about to be awakened. This will stimulate new healing energies, and it can reflect that you will experience emotion more intensely. The woodpecker has ties to Roman mythology as well. The Roman god Picus, and with whom Circe fell in love, refused to accept the son as her father-in-law. Because of this, Circe turned him into a woodpecker. Meditating and studying this tale, as well as some of the Native American tales of the flicker, will provide insight into the role it will play in your life. The name of the flicker actually comes from one of the sounds it makes. It can make a variety of sounds, and during the mating season, it displays great musical talents. Of course, the drumming it makes is also tied to the mysteries of the music and rhythm. And anyone with a flicker as a totem should begin to study the use of percussion instruments. Drums and rattles are inexpensive and can even be easily made. They are powerful tools for healing and for inducing altered states of consciousness. Flickers and other woodpeckers are master drummers. They can link you to any other rhythm in the world. They can help teach you to align with the heartbeat of the planet or the heartbeat of other animals. Its drumming is a reminder of the natural rhythms of the universe, and that when we are not in synchronicity with them, things do not work out for us. The flicker is the most numerous member of the woodpecker family. They live in a variety of woods and other environments across the country. They build their nest in holes, and they are very particular about the cleanliness of the home. They make excellent parents, both sharing in responsibility. This is especially important as flicker babies are very demanding. The flicker has a stout, sharp bill with which it does its drumming on trees in search for insects and other food. It has a long tongue, giving it an ability to extract nutrition from the holes it creates with the bill. The mouth and any part of it is the beginning point for digestion and nurturing through foods or words. This reflects the role of a flicker can play in our life. The flicker also has two toes in the front and two toes in the back of its feet. This is different from most birds, but this balance also reflects their ability to maintain balance on the side of trees. It facilitates their climbing ability. For those with this totem, it can reflect a new balance coming into your life, regardless of the conditions. Anytime there is greater health. To the Pueblo peoples and other Native Americans, the feathers were considered religious articles. A red feather on a prayer stick usually reflected war against some enemy, physical or spiritual. When the feathers were worn in the hair, it indicated the individual was a member of the medicine society. The same energy that can be used for war can also be used for healing. This is what Flicker teaches. If Flicker has come into your life, it indicates a time of rapid growth and trust. Flicker will awaken a new rhythm and ability and opportunity to manifest all healing love. Goldfinch, page 143 at the bottom. Welcome, everyone. Peace. Hi, it's Heart Love Jessica. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here and reading books with us. Hi, it's Heart Love. Animals speak. Learn the language of the animals, the spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small. Gratitude for all those reading books with us. Hi, it's Heart Love, the guys, and Jessica, and Candy Coated. Hi, it's Heart Love. Thank you for reading books with us. Thank you for the likes and subscribes as well. Here we go. Goldfinch. Goldfinch. Keynote. Awakening to the nature spirits and cycle of power. Summer solstice and summer season. Goldfinch. The goldfinch is named for its summer costume of shiny yellow feathers on its body. It also has black wings and a black cap on its head. This color combination is very symbolic. Black and yellow are the colors of Archangel Uriel. These colors in meditation and ritual are used to invoke that aspect of this being that oversees the activity of nature, spirits, the fairies, elves, and divas. The high point of activity of nature is during the summer, its highest point being at the solstice itself. The presence of goldfinches usually indicates an awakening to the activities of those beings that are normally relegated to the realm of fiction. Goldfinch can help you to deepen your perceptions so that you begin to see and experience the activities of the nature spirits yourself. This deepening of perceptions is reflected in the black cap, awakening to that which is normally hidden from view. Goldfinches are usually permanent residents, and in those areas where they are found, you can also find the fairies and the elves. Goldfinches like border areas and young brush growth found at edges and borders. Edges and borders are intersections where there are natural doorways to that other realm of life. Even their nesting habits reflects this link to the border areas, the tween places. They build their nest in a fork on an outer branch high in a tree. It is usually made up of thistledown. Thistle has a long association with nurture and nature spirits and the healing aspects of animals. Blessed thistle was once used to invoke the god Pan. Thistle has been a symbol of endurance. It is through endurance and persistence that we can open to the realm of fairy once more. Goldfinches are birds that can help us connect with those nature spirits that can show us how to heal animals, wild and domestic. Yes. Goldfinches are rarely silent. This in itself is a reminder that nature is speaking to us constantly and that we should learn to listen and communicate with it from all levels. It reflects that the nature spirits are all around us at all times. In the winter, the male loses its black cap and the bright yellow turns to an olive yellow. This also reflects the connection of Goldfinch to the world of the nature spirits. In the winter, they withdraw, working more within the earth rather than in the outward expressions, which are more evident in the spring and summer. It does not mean they are not there, but rather that they may not be easily perceived. The goldfinch also has an undulating and up and down movement flight pattern. This rhythm and pattern can be used in visualization to help loosen the subtle energies of the ore and facilitate leaving the body. The wave pattern also reflects the ability of a goldfinch to lead us to inner and to the outer realms, from the human to the fairy, from the physical to the spiritual. And one more for today. Goose. Thank you so much, Candy Coded Secrets. Eyes Heart Love. Thank you for reading with us. Animal Speak. We're at the bottom of page 144. Goose. This is a redo from yesterday. Thank you guys. Oh, Eyes Heart Love. Thank you for the likes and subs. Goose. Keynote. The call of the quest and travels to legendary places. And cycle of power. Autumn for snow geese, winter solstice, and full moons. The goose is the bird with an ancient mythology and a mixture of symbolism. It was a sacred bird in Rome's Temple of Juno. The snow goose is also associated with Boreas, the north wind in Greek mythology. The snow goose is also the totem for the winter solstice in the Native American medicine wheel. Most people have heard of the legendary Mother Goose, whose stories and rhymes were designed to quiet children. Myths, Fairy tales and other stories capture the imagination of children and adults alike. The goose is thus a totem reflecting a stimulation of the childhood thrill and belief in stories and legendary places. The story we most loved in childhood often reflects the life quest we have come to take upon us in this lifetime. That is why it resonated with us so strongly. Going back and rereading the one or two stories you most love will often help you to see the patterns in your life. These stories either reflected an imprint for this life or they may have even imprinted you with certain seed ideas. This is reflected in the early life of the gooseling. A baby goose is imprinted usually by the first moving thing it sees. The goose can also be a totem to aid you in communication, especially through the use of stories. Its feather for a long time was the standard writing instrument. Individuals wishing to write, be it stories or anything, can facilitate the process by working with the goose as a totem. It will stimulate the imagination and help move you through creative blocks. Writing with a goose quill pen will help this even more. Many arts and crafts shops can help you in finding or making your own quill pens. Because its feathers are most commonly used in making bedding, it is also a symbol of fertility and marital fidelity. To many people, sleeping on bedding made of goose feathers will help ensure both fertility and fidelity. The breastbones of a roasted goose also had superstitions in relationship to the weather. If the bones were brown, it would indicate a mild winter. If they were white or bluish, they would indicate a severe winter. Geese are related to ducks and swans. They are more terrestrial than ducks, and they are vegetarians. To those whom the goose comes as a totem, it may well reflect a need for more vegetables in the diet and maybe even becoming vegetarian for a while. Geese mate for life. Geese mate for life, and they both share in raising the young. The fact that they mate for life often reflects again that innate belief that there is one special person for us in our world. This has ties to many of the fairy tales that we are often imprinted with as well. There are 8 species of geese in North America. This is very symbolic in that the number 8 is so similar to the symbol for infinity. It reflects an ability to move forward or backward. It reflects movement, and in the case of the goose, a call to the spiritual quest. This is further exemplified by its migration patterns and behaviors. Their leaving in the autumn stirs our imagination and makes us want to search out new worlds and dimensions. Their incessant honking seems to be calling us to follow them on the great spiritual quest. Their return is a harbinger of spring, second only to the robin. It speaks of the fulfilled promises that great quests bring. The goose epitomizes the mystery of migration. They constantly shift formation, creating wind drafts and easier flights for those behind them in this formation. This reminds us that as any one individual makes his or her quest, it becomes easier for others to do so as well. They never fly directly behind one another. Each goose's view is unobstructed, reminding us that we should not undertake any quest in life without having a full view of what it entails. In this way, the journey is facilitated for others. The V formation is a very symbolic in itself. It reflects by its shape an opening to new possibilities. It is like an arrowhead pointing to new directions and new possibilities. And with one end open, it also reflects an openness to new ideas. The V as a letter comes from the Hebrew vav, meaning nail. This formation usually indicates we are about to affix ourselves to a new path. It is a letter and symbol that reflects great fertility that should be acted upon if growth is desired. The Canada goose is the most abundant in North America. It has a powerful voice and great strength in migration. The snow goose is predominantly white with black wing tips. Both species have a very keen vision. For anyone with a goose as a totem, greater vision, physical and spiritual, will occur. As mentioned, the male and female mate for life. Both share in the raising of the young, alternating staying with the nest. Gooselings are very quiet, especially in the first part of life, and then they learn to break free. A goose, as a totem, can reflect that you are about to break free of old childhood restraints and begin to come into your own. Anytime the goose comes in as a totem, you can expect to have the imagination stirred toward new travels to distant places, whether in the body or in the mind. And that completes this reading section for today. Hi, it's Heart Love. I will see you soon. Thank you for reading. Animals speak. Learn the language of the animals. The spiritual and magical powers of creatures great and small. I will see you soon, guys. We are going through the chapter 10 Bird Dictionary. Thank you for reading with us. Hi, it's Heart, Love, and Honor. We're doing it. I wanted to reread so that it was a lot more clear. So thank you so much for being here. Hi, it's Heart, Love. I want you to have a wonderful day. And thank you for the likes and subscribes again. Much honor. We're pushing for 500 subs. Gratitude and highest heart love. Have a wonderful day, and I will speak with you soon. All right? Peace. Thank you. Peace.